here's the deal, everyone. And I haven't looked at a show sheet. I don't know. I don't care. Are you in or are you out? Are you in or are you out? Because it seems like a lot of you are out. It seems that way. This isn't fun and games. Like, this isn't, we're not laughing, right? Are you in or are you out? Period. End of story. Because, and I know a lot of you by name that are out. You're fucking out. Like, I don't want to hear it this weekend. Like, look, and here's another thing, guys. Yeah, they probably are going to be 1-2. They probably are. Because they're going to win this game this weekend. And then they could lose. They very well could lose to Baltimore on Monday night. And guess what? It's still not over. So are you in or are you out? And D-Mac, I've been waiting for this to be up here with you to talk about this because you're the conduit. When I say it, they don't listen. But when you do, they listen. So whatever, I'll just use you in that capacity right now, D-Mac.
100%.
When you go through this, when you go through a professional season, when you go through a schedule like they have this season, when you have the turnover that they've had this season. And I'm not making excuses. Remember this, it doesn't change what the expectation is. The expectation is the same. The only acceptable outcome is to win the Super Bowl. And if you do not, it's a failure. If anything, I think it makes it easier, right? So if you can't take this, then what can you take? Because, D-Mac, I'm going to ask you a baseline question right now, based on your experience of winning 4 championships in professional sport. Is it going to get more difficult or is it going to get easier? And I know the answer.
Let me adjust my guitar. If you're going through hell, keep on going, don't look back.
Dude,
that's what it is. Absolutely.
Cartier, we ain't beating the Ravens, Eagles, or Commanders.
He said
we don't play them. You're out. We don't play them this week.
Hard.
Okay, sorry.
He literally said he's out. So.
Hard. Absolutely. No, it's going to get harder. But that's when, right, like we said, Anson brought it up, it was rust more than lack of grip. But that's when you get tighter. And that's when you get calloused. And that's when you learn how it doesn't matter that the league, the games, they're going to get tougher and always get stuff thrown at you, but you're going to find out what you're made out of. That's what last week is a lesson. It's a beautiful thing. We just showed, did you see the Penny Sewell interview?
I did not.
Hey, Penny, we throw what? And you tell me, let's get your impression of what this is. Will you show them that, Spenny?
You guys have run the ball so efficiently here for 3 years going. Just how frustrating was it on Sunday to not be able to get that going, and how vital was that on Sunday to reestablish the run game?
Yeah, I mean, it was very frustrating just because we know who we are, what we want to be, And personally, I've said it multiple times, I prefer going forward than backwards. So, yeah, but again, we have 17 more opportunities, bounce back, and prove ourselves right.
I don't even care about the words. I cared about the eyes. The eyes told the story.
What did it say? What did it say? What did it say? How's Montez Sweet's day going to be? I told him he's got to bring all the Old Spice. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
Right? Is that not a man that leads his team and whatever, like focus, right? The greatest part about the first game and it being the way that it was, they all, from the coaches to the players to whatever, can all be better, right?
100%.
They can all be better, except maybe it's a slaw. He can just, be used more.
Woodward Sports Super Chat. If you want to skip the line, jump into there. Burn. We are beating the Ravens. We just are. Easy, guy. I didn't mean to fire everybody up like that.
Yeah, you did.
Michael Weary. Any fan that's out, please leave this show. Thanks. Well, no, Michael. No. Hey, stop. Hey.
Relax.
Hey, you can be out. Yeah.
We need the viewers.
Yeah. You can be out, but still watch the show. No, but that's the point, though, D-Mac. That's where I'm at. You're either in or you're out, and there's a whole lot of people out. There just is. And we know who they are, and I don't want to hear it. So on Monday, after they beat the Bears, which they will, because there's a rhythm to this. It is a must-win game. Now,
it is.
Now let me get back on the highway here with the people that are out. This is a must-win game, and I reserve the right
to jump ship.
Not to jump ship.
Okay.
But to adjust where we're at. I do reserve that right. I reserve that right.
You are on record saying you're going to switch if they
good
lose.
teams, championship teams, they win this game.
Yep.
10 times out of 10. It's a game they should win. They're at home. They have to win it. Now, the flip side of that coin, I don't care what it looks like.
No.
I saw Dan Orlovsky. I was flipping through Twitter this morning before we took off, and I saw Dan Orlovsky was talking about the Lions, and he said something along the lines of, they have to win and they have to look a certain way. No, they don't. When you're championship or bust, there is one bottom line to it.
Yep.
One bottom line. And I don't give a shit what it looks like. We are in the win, don't win business. Win the Super Bowl, don't win the Super Bowl. Success, failure. Guys, you're not going to make it if you're like this after one game in a game they were an underdog on the road. You're not going to make it through the season. You're just not.
Neil, how about this? Over 100 votes, 91%. Tell me you're
really?
in.
Somebody's lying.
Somebody's lying.
Are lying.
No, that is bullshit there. Somebody's lying. And Spenny, I'll defer
92%.
Wow.
With almost 110 votes.
Okay. Tom, I'm out, but I'm in, so Neil, don't yell at me. Tom, this is the way that it works. Tom.
No, I think, did you mean you're out, but you're going to watch?
Yeah,
and then that's acceptable.
Yes. Nick Lucido, Danny Dimes. Just the random Danny Dimes.
Shout out, Nick. Shout out.
He was spinning. He was spinning it, no doubt.
Indiana Jones.
Those legs.
Yeah.
Those legs.
Indiana Jones is fired.
Marked Royal, in or out, Neil, if they lose. Well, then that's when we have that discussion too. Then the Baltimore thing changes. If you lose this game, the Baltimore thing changes.
Yeah, but let's just take care of the task at hand.
Right.
But it also changes when you beat Chicago this
yes,
weekend.
what's ahead of us? We will address, and that's all it is. Focus on what is in front of you.
I was flying somewhere over Tennessee on the way down there Tuesday night, D-Mac, and I thought of you because the show was a battlefield on Monday and Tuesday.
Of course.
An absolute battlefield. And all that popped into my head was the only way is through.
Yeah.
The only way is through.
True.
And you got to go through Chicago this week. That's it. Again, the style points don't matter. You just go through them. That's it. Explain to these people, D-Mac.
I can't explain if they don't understand, but it's like task at hand. And sometimes, like, what is it? What's the saying? Fire sharpens iron.
Iron.
Yeah, right? That's exactly where they're at. And if this pressure makes diamonds. This team, right, because they've told me, and they've sort of proved in the past, when they faced adversity, when everybody counts them out, backs against the wall, they play their best. Well, they need to do that, and they need to figure out a way to bring it every night, right? If they are a Super Bowl team, that's the worst game that we've seen them. You say it all along. I said this yesterday, right? Maybe this is the blessing omen, because hasn't every Super Bowl team, at least in the last couple of years that I remember, Philly, Kansas City, whatever, have been counted out and dead to rights during the season, right? So you got to go through it. And what do you always say, Neil? I brought this up yesterday. You always say you're going to have 2 stinkers in a 17-game season. Minimum, right? It's just how do you do? At the end of the day, right, 11 or 12 wins, right, probably makes you the playoffs. Don't care about winning the division. It's about the Super Bowl. So you just got to put on. You just got to put on wins. It doesn't matter. You think Denver's worried about how they won the other day, or Minnesota or Buffalo or whatever? No, they won, right?
Woodward Sports Chat Thread, Cartier again. Stop talking about championship. See, that is your problem. No, Cartier, that's what dictates how I feel.
Yeah.
Because that's where this team is. And if you want to be a douche, you can sit there and say, they don't have a championship roster. See, the other thing I was thinking about, D-Mac, when you go back to the fundamentals of this team, the fundamentals, the roster, the talent, how can you sit there and say this is not a championship level team? How can you say that? You're stupid if you say that. You don't watch. You're not a ball knower. You don't watch ball.
No, I think look at the improvement, but everybody's got to play to their potential. I don't know what this is. This not probably, and I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what the Madden rankings or whatever the best video game video football game is, but look at the rankings of what the players are, right? This Lions roster probably has to be some of the highest, right? In certain positions with what we're told, what we've seen in the past. Now we just need them going out. Now the object is to be on the same page. Like the whole game was non-Lions football because the communication wasn't there. The pre-snap penalties or just the undiscipline and all that stuff. That's not the Lions football that you need to win, that we have expectations on them to win a Super Bowl. So that's the blessing of this week. That's the blessing of having Ben Johnson and the Bears, and as Anson says, Catfish Caleb coming in.
Woodward Sports chat thread, Big Dan Davis. I do believe Sunday against Chicago is our get-right game. We get the O-line right. Our offense will be all right. We get to the quarterback on defense. We beat Chicago.
Deuce in the door.
Deuce in the dork in the morning. Hey, it's Woodward Sports Network. Deuce in the dork in the morning.
Yeah. Is that your biggest concern, though, is the offensive line?
Yeah, at the immediate,
yeah.
Yes, it is, because and like, look, do I believe those guys are going to be good? I do. Were those mistakes, and I'll defer to Spenny, were those mistakes egregious?
Oh, yeah.
I saw the breakdown of the heavyweights. And
unacceptable.
Bingo. Like, and that's it. And that's where it stops.
Yep.
And guess who knows that?
Everybody.
They do. Yeah.
They do. That's it, man.
The goodie.
There was a good one in here. Something about John Morton. And I wanted to catch it. Oh, here it is. Smoky Sky. I can't trust Johnny until he shows me he knows his head from his ass. Then Smokey, then I would say, why is he here then? Like, who brought him here then?
Yeah, he's had jobs in the league before that.
We got to get back to the fundamentals here, man.
Right.
We got to go back to the ground.
Down.
Yeah, we got to go back to the ground level. This paint job looks like shit. Put the primer up and let's repaint it. All right, like that's it. Michael Weary, we've got more bandwagon fans than anyone else. I'm just saying.
Oh, for sure.
Do we?
Yes. Other than like the Cowboys.
Yeah. Well, they're delusional.
Yeah.
Like when we
Those are all
sucked.
women.
When we sucked,
Yeah,
we
the
were,
Chiefs have they
got the Swifties.
but they got the belt, bro.
They got the belt. They
I
deserve
mean,
it.
they've proven it. Where it's sort of like that dynasty where they get sort of the carte blanche.
And speaking of that, D-Mac, and you've heard me say this 100 times, so I'll say it 101. Even the Chiefs have gone to the Super Bowl and gotten their ass kicked twice. Twice. What did that look like?
Yeah,
Absolutely. What did that look like? Yeah.
100%. But the fact is,
Even Patrick Mahomes couldn't save him.
Yeah, not without an offensive line.
Not even close, dude.
That was just.
It's hard. This is hard to do, and it's going to get more difficult.
And I think the thing, I want to ask you, like, what I want to see from Johnny Morton's offense is lack of predictability, right? Maybe a little bit of pace. Like, it was so predictable to me. Was it predictable to you the other day? And just at the speed and the pace that they ran it?
It was the offensive line. You
See,
can't have to be predictable when you can't run the ball.
And here's the thing,
That's
too.
But it kept trying and getting off it. And then only when he did get off it and, went short to Amon-Ra, adjusted to go to Laporta. They even tried to get J-Mo in the game by running a sweep or whatever, but they never took shot because they couldn't have enough time. So I'm just, like, I like the fact that you're trying to stick to it, but, the things in the past, the adjustments that we've been able to make, right? And I guess it falls on the guys to make the plays.
Woodward Sports chat thread. I was waiting for this one, so I was absolutely waiting for this one. Hugh Jazz. Shout out Hugh Jazz. Remember when Neil said the Lions should take Jake Moody in the 3rd round? I do, Hugh Jazz. Remember when you told me Hendon Hooker would be the replacement for Goff?
Oh, burn.
I remember that.
I remember.
At least
the streets remember.
Neil Rule remember.
Yeah, the streets
Neil will never
Right.
forget.
Neil, can I offer,
Farms remember.
right. Neil, can I offer you this one from Aaron to the Stone?
Sure.
Neil, can we cut the ish and at least agree that the reason some fans aren't out just concerned is not that the Lions lost, but how they lost, looking entirely non-competitive the entire game? Is that fair in your voice?
Yeah, but again,
Is that fair, Neil Rule?
The non-competitive thing, they were there in the red zone and kicked field goals. Like, it's not through as awful as that looks, Benny. It was on serve in the second quarter going into halftime.
And when you can't run the ball, your red zone offense is going to be pretty shitty.
And it's harder to run the ball when you're down 14-0.
Well, how many red zone picks did Goff throw last year? How many throw this year? Already one. Right? You know what I mean? So stuff was just off.
Woodward Sports chat thread. T-Wag says, look who's back. Packers or Commies? Tennessee, Neil? I don't know what that means. Tonight. Packers, Commies. Oh, it is Thursday.
Packers, Commies tonight.
That's right. That is true.
Michael Parsons versus
this is a Packers win. It's got the Packers
3.5 line
flow
on it. Packers got 3.5.
I think Commanders. I think Tunsil's out too, or somebody on their offensive line's out.
They got that win over the Giants to start the season. They'll be 1-1. It's got that flow to it.
Jackson Dart should start next week.
Nitty gritty. Y'all not ready because this is about to get heavy. Pulling up to the D for game day. FAQ Benny. So shout out to Nitty Gritty as well. Burn, the biggest test of faith for this fan base would be if we lose to the Bears and beat the Ravens. We'd still be 1-2. Well, Burn, that someone asked me earlier what happens if they lose. And that was the point of the story was if they lose, then the Ravens becomes a must win because you're playing for your life because the math says you ain't going to the playoffs if you're 0-3. That's how the stakes change. And you don't want to be in a position, D-Mac. You didn't because you guys never were. You never want to be in a position where it's September, October, November, December, and some change for a football season. A hockey season's about 8 months. Yeah. So it's kind of the equivalent of you're playing for your life in December. In hockey, you don't want to be that pressure.
What do I always preach, right? You got to get off to a good start because can't shoot yourself in the foot and come out like 2-8. Somebody's gonna go 7-3, 8-2, and you're just fighting uphill the whole way. And it's even more imperative with less games, even with the extra game to 17 now. That might sway the variance a little bit from the past, but still not looking good.